In the great kingdom of Ojola, there lived a maiden whose beauty was as fierce as the midday sun and as gentle as the evening moon. Her name was Amina, the golden sun, for when she walked, the very earth seemed to glow beneath her feet. Her father, King Jelani the Wise, was no fool. He knew men would come, warriors, princes and tricksters, all seeking to claim his daughter's hand for power and not love. So he set a challenge that would separate the brave from the foolish, the true from the false. He who wishes to marry my daughter, Jelani declared before the gathered tribes, must first prove his worth. He must journey through the evil forest, where shadows feast on fear, cross the 7 seas, where water burns like fire, and climb the mountains of thunder, where the sky whips lightning. Only then shall he stand before Amina and claim her heart. A gasp rippled through the crowd. Many lowered their eyes, but 5 men stepped forward. Bakari the hunter, swift as the wind with arrows that never missed. Dauda the warrior, a lion among men, his spear dripped with the blood of beasts. Chinedu the trickster, silver-tongued with words sharper than any blade. Kwame the giant, his strength could topple trees, his roar shook the earth. Adetunji the farmer, no titles, no fame, just a quiet man with fire in his heart. The elders blessed them, the drums beat, and at dawn the 5 set forth, unaware that only one would return. The forest was no ordinary wood. The moment they stepped inside, the air turned thick, and the trees groaned like dying men. Roots slithered across the ground and whispers called around their ears. Voices of lost souls, hungry for company. Bakari laughed, knocking an arrow. Fear is for the weak. He sprinted ahead, vanishing into the gloom. But the forest played tricks. His own shadow rose from the ground, grinning with teeth like knives. Before he could scream, he dragged him into the earth. Dauda, gripping his spear, marched forward. I fear no spirit. But the trees whispered his darkest secret. The day he fled battle, leaving his brothers to die. The shame crashed into him like a storm. He dropped his weapon, screaming as the mist swallowed him whole. Chinedu smirked. Words are my power. He tried to bargain with the forest, spinning riddles, but the trees laughed back. Liar, they hissed. Vines coiled around his throat, silencing him forever. Kwame roared, tearing through the branches. I will break this curse. But the deeper he went, the heavier his limbs became. The forest sapped his strength, leaving him a withered husk beneath a dying tree. Only Adetunji remained. He did not run. He did not boast. Instead, he knelt, pressing his palm to the earth. Great Spirit, he murmured, I mean no harm. I seek only passage. Then he sang an old song his mother taught him, one of respect and remembrance. The trees shivered, the whispers faded, and slowly the path cleared before him. Beyond the forest lay the 7 seas, each more treacherous than the last. The first sea boiled like a cauldron, the second sea froze flesh in an instant, and the third, it hid beasts with jaws like death itself. Chinedu, who had somehow escaped the forest, or so he thought, tried to trick the sea spirits. I bring gifts, he lied, offering empty shells. The waves roared in fury, rising like a wall of teeth. Before he could blink, the sea swallowed him whole. Kwame, his strength renewed by sheer will, dived into the fifth sea, a lake of liquid fire. His muscles burned, his skin blackened, and with a final cry, he vanished beneath the flames. Adetunji stood at the shore, heart pounding. He remembered the tales of Yemoja, mother of oceans. From his pouch, he pulled a sacred cowrie shell, a gift from his grandmother. "Great mother," he whispered, "grant me safe passage." The seas shuddered, the waves spattered just enough, a narrow path of calm. He ran, the waters hissing at his heels, until at last he collapsed on the far shore. The final trial loomed, a jagged peak where lightning struck like angry gods. The wind howled, tearing at his clothes. Rocks crumbled beneath his feet. Halfway up, the storm twisted into a figure. Oya, goddess of storms, her body made of wind and fire. "Why do you seek the maiden?" she thundered. Adetunji, battered and bleeding, met her gaze. "Not for gold, not for glory, but because when I saw her, my soul recognized hers." Oya's eyes flashed like lightning. Then she smiled. The storm parted. The path cleared. At the peak, Amina stood, radiant in a gown of woven sunlight. King Jelani waited beside her, holding a golden cup. "Drink," the king commanded. Adetunji's throat burned with thirst, but something felt wrong. The liquid smelled bitter. A final treat. He bowed. A true king does not poison his guests. And with that, he poured the cup onto the earth. The ground hissed, the grass withered. It was death itself. Amina's eyes filled with tears of joy. Jelani laughed, clapping his hands. "You have passed all trials, not by strength alone, but by wisdom, respect, and love." The kingdom rejoiced. Drums beat, dancers swelled, and Adetunji, the humble farmer, took Amina's hand, proving that the greatest strength lies not in the sword, but in the spirit. And so, remember this: the hardest journeys are not of the feet, but of the heart. Or is it? For on quiet nights, they say the evil forest still calls, and the seas hunger for more souls. But that, my friends, is a tale for another moon.